How we feeling tonight, y'all? Can I get a year one time? Now, if y'all know me, y'all know how much I love the Knicks. So can I get a Knicks in 5 one time? Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, as Leah V said, I go by the name of King Kamayera. You have to roll the R like how 15-year-olds say quinceañera. I'm not a writer. I'm not a poet. I'm just a beautiful black man with a voice. And the way I'm going to open up this set is asking y'all a question, actually. If Cupid struck you while you were looking in the mirror, would you finally love yourself then? Would you finally learn to love the poet and not just the poems? Learn to love the writers and not just their stories. Learn to love the words, not just the similes or allegories. Learn what and why you metaphor before they become another love lost in your life story. I have a confession, y'all. Too often I've found myself fumbling my own gift by not basking in the present moment. I'm guilty of running away from the things that bring me joy because black and happiness ain't never been synonymous unless it's met with some kind of struggle. So today I choose to challenge that rhetoric. Use my vernacular dialect to dissect the compartmentalized sections of myself that has diverted from the secular values I was once taught to value. Today I let God take the pen. I let my ancestors use my voice. I turn these poems into prayers, stanzas into testimonies, haikus into holy grails, performances into experiences. Become a spoken word alchemist. Make magic and miracles meet between these lines of scripture. Become the leader of my lineage. Be both Mansa Musa and Thomas Sankara. Find a revolution in these poems that are worth an abundance of love. You know, in my native country of Mali, there is a proverb that goes by the saying, a strong man's head is full of scars, so I'll learn to embrace these battle wounds. Wear them as medallions. Let them shine as bright as melanated skin under African sun. Today I learn you can keep loved ones in your prayers, even though they don't be praying like my mother do. Learn to embrace family you never see like grandma and grandpa. Learn to not let language be the barrier, because love is the one mother tongue that we can all understand. Today I learn to let go of grudges, because souls in mausoleums can't say I'm sorry, can't say I forgive you, can't say I miss you. Which means to say, I learned to let go of the resentment I've held against my parents. I make peace with knowing that they were learning life in the same breath of raising mine. Today I learned it's okay to smile at every black boy and girl walking down the block, just to remind them that black joy has no expiration date. Today I learned to lead with kindness, but use discernment to determine who deserves your kindness. Today I learned it's okay to walk through the thunderstorms, hail, sleet, or snow, because it makes you appreciate God's sunshine just a little bit more. Today I learned to love poetry again. I learned to love the person that I am, the story that I've become, the metaphors that I embody. Today I learned to enjoy the process more than the project, enjoy the journey rather than the destination, but most importantly, I have finally learned to make a home of myself that I no longer wish to escape from. A reflection of someone who I don't want to look away from. Have you done the same? Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. So with this said, I really want to be intentional, right? You're going to see me up here for 15 minutes just talking about all kind of love. But I'm also just curious. Y'all came to the show for a reason. Y'all want to hear about love, right? Y'all want to, see all the things out about love, right. So I want to ask y'all, whoever's brave enough, you'll get a free book by me if you answer this question. I'm giving out only two free books, okay? But who or what was your first example of love growing up? Anybody want to answer? Yes, right here. Your mother, okay. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I can't see nobody, so just shout it out, you know what I'm saying? Your mother, okay. Anybody else? Grandpa, okay. Anybody else? Mother, okay, mother. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Bell hooks, oh! That's the knowledge, you're doing the knowledge, okay. So yes, I actually been reading Bell Hooks All About Love, but also there's a lyric by Stevie Wonder. He has this song called As, and he says in the song, don't you know that true love never asks for nothing? And my first example was the woman in my family, Love doesn't come in these shiny things. It comes by the daily deposits you make, the actions that you do. My mom never asked me for nothing. She doesn't want anything in return. All she wants is my well-being to be good. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I pay my own rent, so you know what I'm saying?
That was my mom that said that.
Oh, that's your mom?
That was my mom that said that.
Hey, mama, how you doing? But yes. So I want to talk about a love that what I learned and what I was poured into. You know what I'm saying? Again, there's no truer love than a love that doesn't ask for anything back. They just want the best for your well-being. And yeah, this is my second poem. It's called The Woman in My Family.
I don't care about, they don't mean a thing. All these fancy things, I tell you that all my waiting gold. All I know.
Ebe duminife, eselila. Ebe duminife, eselila. Translation: do you want something to eat? And have you prayed? These were the ways the woman in my family would say, I love you, without saying I love you. The women in my family are unsung superheroes. Quiet, where muzzles for microphones use hands for prayer. Diligent Malian women who know how to serve a plate without dishing resentment. They've become seasoned veterans in suppressing emotions. Bury their own happiness in exchange for a marriage now turned mausoleum. The women in my family learned from a tender age how to become an anchor to a sinking ship. Keep the family afloat by turning a body of water into an ocean of their children's dreams. Make a house into an indestructible home. Design each of their kids' bedroom for every spectrum of their emotion, even while wallowing in wounds they have yet to heal from. The women in my family were daughters who never had the chance to be children. Never had the privilege of making mistakes. Never forgave themselves for falling off a bike. Never let themselves be imperfect humans, so they became perfect scapegoats. The women in my family are loud survivors and silent victims, despite coming from a pedigree of healers where insha'Allahs were medicines and alhamdulillahs became solitude. My mother, who hardly wears makeup, yet found the courage to learn the English language so she can blend words of affirmation to become the foundation for breaking generational curses. My aunts made an act of service become an act of a revolution. I wonder if the women in my family know that they are loved and admired by their sons, that they no longer have to carry the burden of stillborn sadness, that just existing is enough. that just existing is full. That suffering and sacrifice is not the blueprint to a soft girl life. I am proud to be a byproduct of Malian women who have poured unconditional love, even in the conditions where it was the only thing left in their cup. The women who have stopped thunderstorms with their bare hands to save traditions remind me to never let America rain terror on my native tongue. They have edified a lineage of Bambara speakers, have washed the sins off of Fulani sisters, have worn the fabric of oppressed vessels, yet they've stitched freedom into every thread that they wear. The women in my family have made me meals that have left me loved, left me full. So I pray that this poem serves them the meal that they deserve, seasoned with gratitude, simmered with devotion, and most importantly, a family feast, a dumini that feeds them first.
I don't care about, they don't mean a thing. All these fancy things, I tell you that all my waiting gold. 'Cause all I know all these things, all these things, all these things. 'Cause nothing else matters, family's all that matters. This is just business, I'll see you right after. Nothing else matters, and family's all that matters.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Can y'all repeat after me? Love is revolutionary. Love is imperative. One more time. Love is revolutionary. Love is imperative. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. To go into the next poem, you know how, you see a commercial about a medication and they be like, yeah, it'll solve this problem or whatever, and they're like, side effects may include, blah, 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 like heartburn, all this other stuff. I feel like the side effect of love that we don't talk about enough is grief, right? Grief is the price that we pay for love. I had a conversation with Kurrent, you know what I'm saying? And I think what I've learned to accept, now I just turned 30 years old last month, and you know what I'm saying, word, you know, feel me? Big Taurus gang. You know what I'm saying? Word. I've come to reflect on the love that I haven't had the chance to give. And that's sometimes a very, it's not a feeling that you want to acknowledge, but you have to if you want to grow and be able to pour that love into the people around you. So this poem is probably the hardest poem I've ever written. It took me years to heal from this one. In the same way that I'm holding space to, come up with this beautiful set, I hope y'all can hold this space for me to deliver this poem to y'all. You feel me? All right. You don't know the magnitude of a eulogy until it becomes a poem. You don't know sin until you see your own reflection wearing it as skin, and sometimes you don't know the grief of fatherhood until you buried it before its birth. The first and last time I performed an autopsy was at a clinic, March 2021. An ultrasound with undetectable decibels made me drop the scalpel. The doctor said they would have been twins. Two embryos embarking on a journey that was short-lived by one decision. Whether they would have been identical or fraternal, I knew I would have treated them both the same. The cause of death was excuses, cowardness, not having enough wisdom, but yet having all this profound advice to give. Not having enough funds, but yet all this money in the world to have fun, being young and dumb, but old enough to understand that every decision comes with a consequence, or at least smart enough to know that plan C shouldn't be a premature tombstone. Felt like I tailored their funerals as soon as the test came back positive. When I heard the news, I wondered, would my lineage of hypertension be the reason that they perish? Where their mother's asthma make them not know what God's oxygen truly feels like? Would these hypotheticals make the miscarriage more or less ethical? You know, on some days, I often can't wait to sleep, just so I can see you in my dreams. I picture you having my two left feet, dancing to unsynchronized rhythms that only heaven can feel. Hair having coils that resemble the Garden of Eden, eyes that are the epitome of innocence, and a laughter that can bring peace to Palestine. Me teaching you the piano, just so you know that there is still a beautiful melody worth playing in a world that is so black and white. I always pictured our favorite song together being Lauryn Hill's Killing Me Softly. How ironic. Don't know any more of this poem as an apology or an overdue confession, a guilty conscience that has finally cracked the shell of my ego, or you being old enough to finally speak through me. I remember watching John Q. He told the doctor I would not bury my child, but in fact, my child would bury me. It reminded me of my father and the kind of father I would have been to you. Maybe one day we can watch a movie in heaven that looks like family, looks like forgiveness, looks like a man who is trying again, but until then, I will grieve your existence, pray for inner peace, and deal with this weight of writing a eulogy way too soon. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for holding space for that poem. This last poem I got for y'all. So I am actually working on a new album called Agape. And thank y'all, you know. And it's funny, like when Kurrent, it's funny, I bought the book, All About Love by Bell Hooks, and I think like 3 days later, Kurrent called me and was like, hey, you want to feature at the Triad? I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The alignment was crazy. And, you know, when I first wrote poetry like years ago, I used to write all about love, you know, no pun intended. And I just couldn't find my way back to that, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, coming to the first Kurrent Hour when he had it last year, I was like, damn, like, this is when poetry was fun for me. When I wrote about love, when I wrote about the sweet things, the beautiful things. And being featured now, it allowed me to return back to that. And I'm excited to share this piece with y'all that I have. You know, I found many different kind of loves in my life now. You know, my nephew, you know, he just came from Mali and he's living with us now, and he's, you know, he's been a bundle of joy. Relationship love too, it's been a beautiful thing. Family love, all of that stuff. In this chapter, I'm just trying to embrace love as much as I can. And I think we have to be careful with how we use the word love. In Bell Hooks' book, All About Love, she says, you know, we often confuse love with cathexis. Do y'all know what cathexis mean, by the way? Does anybody here? You don't? Okay, cathexis means the emotional investment in someone or something. And I think we often confuse that with what love is. So love is basically like wanting the best for someone. And you know, you oftentimes hear someone fall off with someone that they said they loved, and then they be like, man, I hate that person or F that person. And my relationship is only as good as us being contingent on us being on good terms. And then I say, fuck you when we're not on good terms. Is that really love? You know what I'm saying? So I often kind of think about that a lot. Like, think about, you know, do I really love this person, or is this cathexis? Is this just an emotional investment? So, yeah, so we could get into this last poem called Agape.
Love, so many people use your name in vain. Love those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love through all the ups and downs, the joy it hurts. Love, do better or worse, I still will choose you first. Oh, whoa.
We love people that hurt us and then hurt people that love us. Now, ain't that such a human thing? So how brave of you to give love another chance, to strip naked after the burn, to be bare, beaten, bruised, battered, plucked from a garden where only forgiveness stems and still choose to blossom. How courageous of you to still see the God in love, to collapse into the uncertainty of blind faith, transmute yesterday's sorrow into today's sanctuary. How welcoming of you to let love into your world, even on the days where it might have darkened the sun, plagued the ocean, contaminated your air, but you still choose to breathe it in. You still choose to say its name. And maybe that's why love remains God's favorite language. So when I say I love you, it means that heaven is the only thing that can come between us. It means we cascade the Bronx streets during summer nights with our palms sinking into the sweet molasses of the hands that God has made for us. We let the siren sing, let it be the baritone in a world full of altos. We become the beacon of hope, restore the humanity in being human, become living proof that tenderness still survive around these blocks. It means to restructure the habits instilled from parents. Our families be the introduction to love, but we get to turn their pain-riddled pages into a sequel of triumph. Take the broken chapters and show ourselves how to love in all the right pages and places. Again, when I say I love you, it means I make the choice to choose you. Today, tomorrow, and forever. It means I choose to pour from a bottle that I have yet to sip from. Let you have the first taste, because what is love if not sacrificing to satiate the thirst we both long for, to quench the desire of belonging, to make a home feel like an actual home, to make an arrival feel everlasting, to endure the storm with a twin flame, to burn through the darkness until it mistakes us for light. When I say I love you, it means I will carry your tears like how the sky carries rain, like a mother cradles their child. It means I will hold on to each of your particles dear, like the beginning of a letter. It means on the days when the world feels heavy and you feel like a pebble amongst the rubble, a whisper amongst the noise, a sunrise amongst the smoke, I will still search through the debris to find the poem in you. When I say the 8-letter sentence, the 4-letter word, the 3-syllable declaration, just know I want to love every part of you that's been hurt and heal every part of me that has yet to love again. Thank y'all so much, y'all. That was my last poem. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. This was probably like my most challenging set that I had to prepare for. I know a lot of folks that's in the poetry community right now, y'all just see me do a lot of revolutionary poems and stuff like that. So to come here and do a love poem, it just makes you realize like love is actually revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. So can I get it one more time? Love is revolutionary. Love is imperative. Thank y'all so much. I'm King Kamayera. Give a big shout out to Kurrent, Mictatsic, Leo V. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all.
Guys, we're trying to figure out where to put this.
Was that a bird? What was that?
Give it up for King Kamayera, everybody! King, thank you for trusting us to hold that space. That was stunning. As somebody who is well-versed in your work, that was a thing of beauty. One more time for Kamayera, everybody.